I'll have it that way. Dark Barman 162 back again with some more buttons over in here. Yeah, several things. This might not be a good idea to do the session, but I'm doing it anyway. I'm pretty much risking it. The reason because of that is that something happened between the end of yesterday's stream and pretty much today. It might be in question if it's going to happen again, because it hasn't, and I'm trying to not make it happen again. And if it happens again, it makes me going to panic again. The usual. Yeah, for whatever reason, I suddenly, well, my gums were bleeding a bit too much. And yeah, that pretty much made me panic, especially because it felt like I was about to pass out, and I was somewhat fearing that happened last night pretty much, or early this morning at midnight, in terms of what if I pretty much go to sleep and never wake up. But that's pretty much what happened over in here. But yeah, I would be hoping that everything is alright in there. Still, otherwise, quick changelog in here, because I did major things in here, and major things are incoming as well. I did a few things. Why am I going over there? What the hell? I did a few things between last time and this time. I need to do this myself since Eterna doesn't have this. It's because of the credits text. Yeah, they pretty much erased it from their end. Well, that's what I said sometime in terms of outfolks being needing special support. Well, apparently that's the case in there as well. Next thing, support for older Outfox versions, currently down to 4.10 without much issue, and do version date check via functions. That is because certain functions don't exist yet at that point, so I have to do workarounds. Yeah, the next day I did some more checks for earlier Outfox versions. Same thing. Next day, various version date checks again. I think this time it was for just regular Step Mania, I think. And the 5th month, not the 50th month, because of a certain pause. I think that was the check for Discord support for Outfox, because it only happened at a certain point. Next thing, I actually pushed this one up. Added judgment view in graph in evaluation. I may do some additional stuff. I'm not really sure if I mentioned that one before, but I may potentially add some stuff there. Yeah, somewhere around here I noticed someone streaming IT, or pretty much an edit of ITG3 Encore. That is something. And because of that, I noticed some help stuff pretty much being bonked. That's the reason why I did fixed some help stuff. And today I pushed a few other things over in here. I never had that right to begin with. It turns out all those colors for the steps and everything were wrong totally. I mean, I did it all wrong. And this is going to be noticeable in terms of coloring. This will be pushed everywhere, and this is how it should be. I'm not going to revert it because it is literally wrong what I did there. Because hex values, pretty much there are several ways. The shortcuts, pretty much 3 or 4 values, And then the long forms 6 and 8. Pretty much if there's an 8th or a 4th, that pretty much means an alpha has been called and is doing some visibility stuff and everything. And apparently because of stuff, certain values were just single digits. Whoops. And that pretty much made certain values from having 6 digits, which what was supposed to be, to like 5 and occasionally 4. And yeah, that is that. Next thing, graphics and partial course mode fix. Yeah, I noticed a few things being off. And what was the graphics? I wasn't paying attention at that. But yeah, because if stuff is not fixed, pretty much the 1st to 4th, 5th to 8th in terms of snapshots, so anything that is question mark, I am going to go around in terms of having support there. And somewhere around here, I'm not really sure where I did that. I also fixed some things because of, I think it was also in here, which is court mode fix. I could have also said I blame Eterna for this, because I butchered it majorly because of, yeah, Eterna is rating stuff in terms of first place differently than Stepmania. Stepmania uses EX score, I think, and Eterna uses Wife 3. So because of that, I need to interchange in between, and I forgot to change it back for Stepmania, aka Outfox or ITG Mania and whatnot. So that's the fix. Also, old Stepmania fix is because of just one portion, because a certain value wants an integer. They're getting floats though, and they're complaining because of that. So I say, yeah, okay, accept floats, but don't do any decimals. Thank you very much. So that is what's currently over in here, and I also have something else that I could be potentially also show off, because I'm pretty much seeing someone in the background, which is pretty much the reason why I have that in here. Yeah, getting stuff in here. I'm showing something off over in here because I move stuff around with thingamajiggy. Yeah. It doesn't matter which way. I just need... Yeah, I already have it. It should be still there. I forgot to turn it on. Also, even on there, I don't have everything set. Where the hell? There. It's now turning. Thing is, because of the turning, I now need to adjust the height. And this is going to be something. So this is not live yet. I still need to fix major stuff. And also on vertical screen, because even there it's also butchered. And also while there, I also noticed certain things there that are not working correctly as well. Yeah, also another something which I'm not really sure if I'm going to push it open. Well, first of all, I should be setting everything correctly. Yeah, first of all, another something which I might also push in the coming days. I am going to add Wife 3 in anything besides Eterna. And the semi includes outfogs because for some reason, after a certain version of outfogs, they fucked it up. Only in modes like here, where judgments are being called for all the lines, the problem is if there is a hold end, aka hold tail, and there is also a step there. Usually just the steps are being counted, but because of that one bug, I haven't reported it at all currently. I mean, I have various things not reported, but still. The problem is that hold end, which should not be judged, will get judged. That is the bug where I'm pretty much saying, if it has it, pretty much current Outfox version still has it. And I'm trying until it gets to... I'm not even sure how it's then going to be called with beta. Either way, I still need to mention that one, because that is a critical bug report. Because otherwise stuff is just not functioning correctly. Either that or I need to calculate stuff myself as well. So yeah, otherwise I may still activate it in here, but I then need to do two separate ones. Also because of something that I had heard somewhere else, I am not sure if it's meant to be there, but yeah, in here, usually if for stuff like multiples in here, like only select one, I made it myself where select two is possible, like having range. Because of the Eternal thing, I am going to rewrite it a little bit so that it then gets it. Like, actually, I'm just saying size minus the last two, because they are stationary. There is nothing going to be there. Also, in terms of other things, I might be doing something with that, because there are points. And a certain sovereign is having that potentially, I'm assuming that, as a percentage. And potentially I can do that as well additionally. Thing is, how would that then be called? Because I'm not really sure what score is. Or pretty much what percentage is calling. I would be potentially saying, yeah, it is that. That is one thing. And I would be saying another double with that. I was also thinking potentially having another set in here. A third set to potentially switch from a maximum to like 100 million to like Dance's Revolution 1 million. Like a separate thing. But yeah, I'm not even sure about any of those, so I'll leave everything here. Do I have anything else set during my debugging? I think I have everything set to... yeah, everything is there. Mini. Also, in terms of what I have seen as well elsewhere, I also have an idea on what I might be also doing there. Have it there so that it might be set. I may still need to go in because first time play might not even do much. And yeah, I got everything. Get stuff in here. Double stuff in here because for whatever reason, I'm not really sure if it's just this version. I haven't checked the current dev build. But because no matter if I have set it immediate, for whatever reason, it still says this is fail off because something is going wrong in the background. Max going may not be calculated the same way as yours is. Pretty much is the way Step Mania does it. And it's a little bit, yeah, different. I have an assuming way, because I did it myself while doing my scoring as well. because to make it subtractive and everything. So yeah, pretty much in terms of also in terms of what I've seen a whole lot of stuff on your end that are quite neat and potentially, yeah, could be brought over, especially that I'm not even sure if it would be called the error bar. I'm not even sure. I questioned it within the YouTube. It's no longer the community tab. It's just a blog tab. I don't even know anymore. Pretty much I asked in terms of if anyone is potentially using Simply Love, what should be done to being brought pretty much come over to my end, because apparently I'm not the only one that starts to dislike Simply Love because of being a bit too bland. So yeah, I've been working many months while my knee injury heals, still working on learning to code. The usual. I mean, I learned to code by pretty much, well, before I put it up to GitHub, I think there was half a month where I was just where I was filling stuff in the background. And after a while, I just went in. And even I still don't know certain things. Especially if you, the one thing where I definitely do not know how to make it work is a workout tab. I try to make it like, how it's used to be in 3.9 whatever. But yeah, apparently I may need to either come back to this someday, because I have it forced as just single player, because otherwise it's just filling stuff around over in here. But still, that's also how I learn to code myself. Somewhat I have pre-knowledge, because if you already have some sort of knowledge, it adds. So let's get moving in here, unless it will be a 4-hour session. It's still autoplay, I think. Yeah. I was about to say, what was the last note? one thing I'd love to have added one day is to somehow add a restart button. I was about to say, I had thought about that one as well. But the way I initially did that would then have made the summary screen pretty much glitch out entirely. I mean, I did it the stupid way, by pretty much going back into the same screen, pretty much next screen, and yeah, that's not how it should be. Like, pretty much, for what I have, I mean, I haven't tested it yet, in terms of how Outfox did it. It's pretty much say go back pretty much to the previous screen, and that pretty much means okay, because if we're here in gameplay mode, in screen gameplay, in the background it says current song +1, pretty much a counter. And if I just continue, it just adds it up, and that's the problem. Going back pretty much says, okay, going back, -1 please. And that's what may be doing it. The thing is, which button should I then have it to or as well as where should I check? Should it be... I was about to say, if I'm failing, pretty much holding down a certain button. But then there's the thing about fail off, and it won't be reaching there if it goes there. Potentially by a certain button push. The question is still, which one? My idea was a select button, because I think it's not being used in here. No, wait, I'm actually using it to do the quick switch between going upstairs and downstairs. And I also did the same thing for the effect buttons to make it a bit quicker in terms of going left and right. I mean, since I have a select check, it could be potentially saying hold select and press start. That's my assumption either way. God damn it. God damn it. We're gonna make how the enter button works. Instead of holding to quit out, you can make it hold to reset. Or quick tap to... Maybe also an idea. may need to think about that. God damn it as well. Also... God damn it. Anytime I have a weird taste in my mouth, I need to check. So that what happened yesterday after streaming doesn't happen during streaming. Pretty much need to wait over in here. I had that one. Oh yeah, scary stuff joined just when you mentioned it earlier. I'm not even sure when I said what, but still. Oh yeah, not sure if that has been noticed as well. Got stuff in here as well. Also, for certain things, this graph I have to remake myself in certain aspects, because depending, either I can modify it if it's Stepmania. If it's out, folks, I need to remake it myself if I am on live mode. Or what I say, lifeline, because it works the same like as Mango Dance. And I may potentially have it set as another option, add another option, because yeah, usually, first of all, it sets live depending on stuff, and for each hold held you get a live, and after each 50 combo you get a live. Minus would be all of this doesn't count, and you pretty much just usual stuff, and depending on stuff, certain things I would be saying I still need to redo that if I would be going there. Either way, still stupid things that I need to do myself. That's on various things either way. Even in Stepmania, I have to do some Stepmania stuff myself. Just to support earlier versions. So in terms of stuff, I'm not even sure about ITG Mania. Is it the only... okay, two things. Actually, 2.5. I haven't checked all ITG Mania versions. Eterna versions, I only made the support happen that it works on Eterna as well. It's bare bones though, it just runs. And what I need to still check is Outfox Alpha V, the current version. So I'm not going to do anything downstairs. Jeez, what the hell? I am not going there because that's way too much, and I forgot to do something. God damn it. That's what I wanted to do as well, at least for stuff in here. Because it's not 14 keys, we saw that before. This is a Step Mania thing because of it pulls stuff from songs. And there is no get stuff from steps. Because it doesn't exist, I have to do this myself then. I keep on saying that I am going around to do that, but apparently never get around to it. Still. Wasn't paying attention for a second. The usual. Another thing that I have also forgotten as well. I need to drink after this. I wasn't paying attention for a second again. I would be potentially guessing sound mastering again. I mean, I have everything lowered either way. Yeah, no, the next one is, yeah, the next song. I was thinking, wait a second, wouldn't there be another step in here? Nah, this was a set 7. And it's actually an 8. And most of the time, my SPS system seems to be around, about right. I took a drink. I was about to say, did I take a drink? Right after taking a drink. What the hell? I'm so forgetful. The hell, please. Also in terms for all the, what I said with SPS and everything, SPS system is pretty much the reason why I'm not trusting snapshot authors. No matter official or not, because nobody can get things right. In terms of that, while I was checking your stuff out, I am pretty much assuming you're still in the background somewhere. And yeah, I noticed the additional stuff within the info section. I don't even recall what I have it named again. Pretty much a designation for boss, pro, what the hell? Bro mode, whatever. And locked song. Locked, I was actually assuming doesn't mean because it has an edit. Apparently it is logged, but because of the unlock system not being used, it pretty much is unlocked. This is also another something of in here that I'm not. Yeah, okay, it was info info display. Yeah, edits locked. Okay, so I was right on that one because okay. The last stream, I noticed there being an edit. It was on level 1 though. Maybe that was the reason why it wasn't counted as locked song, because level 1 means there's pretty much nothing in here. So yeah, not really doesn't count as a song because there's nothing, I'm assuming. And yeah, boss song, I think it was, I'm not really sure it was hard or expert if they are somewhere around level 12. And if they are level 10, they might be called a super boss. I'm not really sure. Or it might be, okay, 13 potentially? I thought there was a 12 somewhere. Depending, not really sure, but still. In terms of pro, I was actually assuming that was the... it is checking for experts if they're level 13 and above. But apparently from what you have said last time is pretty much... song has to have certain amount of difficulties available. So pretty much like this one, for example, only has one, so there is no pro mode. And for other things like having, I'm not even sure if there's actually a count in terms of how many steps there are. I'm not even sure. I might even need to check the docs again. Just checking for everything and just counting. Does it have this difficulty? Yes, check, okay. And does it have at least 4 recognizable difficulties? Then it's pro. I think, yeah, checking that for everything. I mean, it's just on song position, so... But... yeah, the reason why I was mentioning all of those is because I am not trusting what has been said, so... if I would be doing it and step cache would be enabled, I would be actually checking SP, the SPS, and depending if they are on old or new, old pretty much just normal ITG, otherwise it's X scale, and pretty much modify it to there in terms of the requirements. It might be quite taxing doing it that way, because currently Outfox is a little bit Not a little bit. It's major slow. Jeez, it's not outfox, it's chonk fox. Jeez. I have also timed everything and I have proof that it's the slowest. Either that or Windows Defender is somehow making it pretty much being slow. Jeez, a whole lot of null measures in here. What the fuck? I'm not even... yeah, I'm very much not going over in here either way. That's a no. Yeah, I have a few different measures for what qualifies as pro/boss. I don't remember all the reasons anymore. That strange part, I'm not really sure. But pretty much, null measures is... I'm not really sure if I have explained it over in here, but at least in here, if there is a null measure is pretty much a whole measure with 0 steps in it, but it's like instead of full 4 beats, it's like half a beat or like 8 beats for whatever reason. Pretty much like a time signature. If there's a time signature there, but there is no steps, it assumes it's 4/4. Always. That's what I call a null measure. It has been fixed in the newest version, so I'm having it here on old Outfox. I'm not even sure if it's still the case everywhere else. Pretty much. Actually, in terms of stuff, yeah. IDG Mania, I don't even need to check there because they have excluded it within their first version. They're still loading it for whatever reason. And yeah, I think I have heard you say in regards of EX score, have potentially an option there to enable it? That's what you said in terms of checking to make an option and everything. The checking on how to do an option. And yeah, I'm pretty much currently assuming you only did this for the first player. Pretty much on the right side then, on player 2's side. If I would be doing something that, it would be then like a check for both sides. Like if I'm playing as the second player, it should be then appearing on the left side. That's pretty much what I mean in terms of there's so much stuff one needs to go through. This is also the reason why I have just recently noticed a certain not really bug, but pretty much error within the help tags. At least within normal mode, pretty much bright mode. I'm in dark mode. And I had this one before. Actually, no, wait a second. That might be... it might have actually been from somewhere else. I'm not really sure on that one. Oops. Yeah, what I should be finishing what I started over in here. The help tags, pretty much if you hold the select button, first has the drop shadow and is positioned correctly. I failed to do so, but at least it's there. I'll check for player 2 wouldn't make sense for EX scoring, pretty much. Also, the thing is, what if both players are then on? What then? That's going to be something, alright. And that's pretty much the hassle on doing stuff and everything. So yeah, potentially having both on the same side, but pretty much one colored different. That's what I could be going through, but either way, I could be going there. It's still on the low end. I'm going there. Might have still enough time. Oh, just in time. It's loading a bit more there. Yeah, another something which I also wanted to do, since I figured out on how to move the select screen so that everything that I have done is not for naught. I was thinking about potentially bringing over the death or the danger stuff, pretty much the blinking red or stuff dimming down in the background, move it onto where I have it now, so that it also tilts. Because currently it just looks a bit off, having the play field tilted, but the danger or the player being dead dim pretty much just bit off. I need to get around any of that. Okay, that was that. Yeah, that would be nice. I never could figure out how to skew the danger glow correctly. Pretty much the skew is one thing. The other thing is the tilt. There are two things that are being done. It's skewing and it's tilting. Skewing is the only thing that can be done. Tilting not. That is the thing. I was pretty much almost ripping my hair out, and pretty much I have long hair, so that would be out. Yeah, apparently that is pretty much the reason why I now figured out. Also, apparently, I mean, in terms of things, what I have done is pretty much, I think I am the quote-unquote first one. I said quote-unquote because Outfox already has something similar. They already have a function there, but it's pretty much doing the same thing as as the screen filter. They already have that. They are pretty much having a second one on top of it, which is a little bit something else. So I would be potentially saying that might be for something like Guitar Hero and everything. Yeah, I haven't even been here, so of course. So yeah, so in terms of how many things I have there, pretty much I am the first that is actually able to have it all there. But problem is I still need to tilt stuff. Not only tilt, but also stretch it correctly. And potentially also position correctly. That is also something else over in here. Because for the stop and everything, it is actually also something over in here, because I'm not really sure on that one. But I shouldn't even speak if this much is going on. She's a triple. Eesh, that was a bit much. I wasn't even sure if you were even there on that part. I think you weren't. I should be potentially wait. There's a straight up 7 in here. There's a bit of an easier one at least. What were we potentially saying there? Still. So yeah, that is pretty much the reason why I started moving stuff. There is actually another something else over in here, because I'm not even sure how you managed to pull it off on your end, because I tried it myself and I never got around it on my end. Because I literally had to move all of that into like node field board. I pretty much have it as front, because Outfolks uses that for something, and I have to disable pretty much I have to first say show board and disable show board bag. And I have to do it that way, because otherwise the mania would be starting complaining if I redirect the other thing. Because the mania expects only one thing. Outfolks has 2 though. Pinky bastards. At least I got around that. I did it put an IgG mania for the node field board and it defaulted to IgG mania board, which is tilted. Wait, they have a board? Unless they have it, I also have that in the background. I can potentially check. I also need to check where it is. Eterna, no. Themes? Not there. I would be potentially saying it's one of the fallbacks, not that one. IgG Mania fallback. Graphics. Has it on default? It redirects to blank. It has nothing, so really not sure what the hell is going on over there. Really not sure. I have checked everywhere already, and the only thing that I have, I'm not even sure if that is the, or if it had been the earlier one where there had been a case. I'm on the newest one, and I actually wasn't paying attention at the current session, but at least the one before you were on 0.9, if I remember correctly. This one, the last one, I mean, I'm not really sure. The short one. Because I wasn't paying attention at that point. Whoops. I was paying attention at the... stream layout? There we go. God damn it. Also, the beginning is quite dense. Oof. Oof. God damn it, over in here. So what did... Twitch, what did you censor there? Hello? Either way. I check my notes. I then put... And... yeah, pretty much. It was already dead? Huh. I would be potentially... I'm not even sure if it's then doing anything with the alpha. God damn it, in the background. Do you... Wait a second. I now have to hope that he is still on within the next 2 hours. He should be doing a longer vein here. Then someone just started streaming. And... like an orange? I thought it was something else. No, it was something else. Why is this there? I might check it out, because what the hell is going on there? It has to be the spikes, but still. Pretty much apparently ITG Mania does some stuff that I did not know of. It might be an engine thing. That might be it. Because they have a set of... I think the only option was just darker, or are there even multiple options? I'm not even sure. I may even need to check some of the thingamajiggies, but still. I'm not even sure if they have similar amounts of options like in here. I am pretty much not even sure on that part, because I haven't really checked. I was about to say something. Ah, my cheek hurts. Why am I going upstairs? The button is here. Okay, what is going on here? Don't have enough time to drink. I think it's because of small bursts. Nah. Everywhere. No, not doubles. Whoops. Have it there. Sheesh, I really need to drink. Okay, there's nothing. Do I need to shake here? Maybe. I also need to pay attention on stuff there, because sheesh. I'm not going over there because it's way... I'm not going there because it's not a 7. Ah, sheesh. That is something, alright. Yeah, not a 3. Not even sure what's being... I mean, I went through everywhere, and if there has been any hidden files that are still playable, I pretty much made them playable. If it's one of them, then it's that the reason. Pickle. Okay, pretty much, they are pretty much totally fixed. Yeah. I wanted to say something about that as well. I had to fix them while I was moving them over because... Yeah, also, geez, all versions, pretty much I would be then saying Stepmania. Actually, I'll say it that way. In the metrics, there are positions set where stuff is, if it's standard or reverse. Pretty much, if it's standard, it's upstairs. If it's reverse, it's downstairs. Or like here, because flip upside down, because it's pretty much usually standards is top, this one is down. So pretty much that's why upside down. So, yeah, to move around my stop check, I had to move around where the nodes are. Pretty much upstairs or downstairs. Thing is, they are not directly at the positions they have been set. First, the entire node field is centered between the two. Seriously! So pretty much they're off by a bit. And then everything else gets added. There was quite something over in here where I assumed everything is centered, so pretty much screen center, then add where the positions are. Nope, there was still a bit off. And after I noticed that, okay, you cheeky bastards. Jeez. Everything is doing something special in here. No wonder it takes longer to do anything in here. Also, I would be also assuming us in the background. Several things that I also want to ask about your edit. Because I have noticed, because of Pro mode, white Fantastics are there. Oh no, wait, no, wait a second. Would it be blue? I'm not really sure which one is actually edited. Before it's actually both. One is actually entirely blue and the other one is entirely white. Here is pretty much bordered blue but internally white. Thing is, at least for InHe, at least I do not know of any edits of this Judgment graphics set. Because, yeah, there's no in-between stuff, or... It actually has a name. I don't recall because I'm not usually playing any of those. 4 letters, something with F. And with the different thingamajiggies, timings, because normal fantastics are pretty much white, and the more stricter ones are blue. Okay, I did the white fantastics. The judgment, yeah, pretty much there. The first sheet disappears, and a second one contains white fan appears. Okay. Otherwise, first white is visible. Then if it would be that, then it would be then separate for the other one as well. Depending if it's even possible. Can one get a pro chart on beginner, quote unquote? Because the beginner one has a special set because of too early and too late instead of way off and decent, aka the boys. And yeah, also something that I also wasn't paying attention to, they can be disabled in ITG Mania. Not sure since which version. Only on experts, so pretty much I was right on that assumption. So that would be then on that. I was actually having the idea of there being like 3 sets. So pretty much the beginner set, the normal set, and then the plus set. I'm not even sure if it was plus that's been... there is also some sort of plus somewhere. Or was it actually plus? I'm not really sure if plus is another added something. Pretty much like a third one, which might be a little bit more of a hassle in retrospect potentially. Like, if it's fantastic, check if it's pretty much, yeah, have it as Mav ABS. I'm not really sure what it's actually called again. So pretty much like if it's plus or minus, it is just plus things. And pretty much check if it's lower certain something. Then it would be then set as not W1 but W0. I think others have set it somewhat similar. I think Outfox also does it that way, I think. I'm assuming. I recall. Both. This I'm not really sure because I haven't checked pretty much. Well, that's what I would be thinking, what would be something. And, yeah. Geez, we're going back and forth to stuff over in here. I think your idea is to pretty much not have the pro check, but pretty much have it as an option, and it only is being activated on experts. So pretty much like if I go in here, it wouldn't even go active, even if it has been activated. Like pretty much checks, is it expert? Nope. Okay, I'm not doing it then. And I'm going to fail because it's the only difficulty. Of course. I made it a few seconds in. It's way too much in here. Certain things are, yeah, okay, maybe. But nah, in total, nah. Okay, this is going to be everything in here. Wait. It's been set. I would be saying because, yeah, I would be potentially saying speed. Might have enough time. Okay, since we're in chill mode over in here. Might... Okay, not really chill mode, it's just unexpected. Things are still able to happen. What the hell? Whatever. I'm just here to play through. In terms of percentages, won't make that much of a difference. Yeah. Different thing, which is also that I immediately noticed once the first session you went in. I noticed all the... For fuck's sake, what were they called again? I have it in the head in terms of what they are, but I am not really sure what the game calls it for that particular position. Pretty much displaying like A or S, or is pretty much a star and something. I was thinking about doing that myself as well. Pretty much only downstairs on the left or on the right side. And pretty much have it loading in the models themselves. Because I don't have anything else special. And it's also pretty much something... Why am I going back in here? Go back. The grades, yeah, pretty much. I'm not really sure if on that position... Some grades? Well, it is still for the steps though. Not really sure, but pretty much there. The only thing that is a bit questionable on my end are that there are sometimes numbers there. I'm not sure what they are for. Like sometimes I see a 2 or even a 5 somewhere and whatnot. Names on the song. I might need to read. Yeah, pretty much I need to pretty much wait until the song is over. There's a whole lot of nothing here. Oh, come on, just because of the hole. It's a bit much. It's just there's a number of attempts on each chart of a song. How many times it took to get to that grade. Okay, that's something else. So pretty much, like for example, not even sure if there's a minimum for stuff of it. Actually, no, actually, yeah, here it is fixed. On normal outfogs, or pretty much on 04, would not be fixed. It would be actually then saying 2 because same difficulty, but on the chart in here it would be saying 1, 1, 0 are pretty much saying nothing because there is nothing here. Okay, it's that. And then there is another question on that one though. Where is that data being pulled then? I'm assuming you're going through the high scores? And check when the best score happened and how many scores there had been before that. Because I'm not really sure how it would then be getting that data. If it is specific to ITG Mania, then it's another problem for me in terms of backporting it to everywhere, to everything else, and maybe backport it to ITG Mania itself, because I'm assuming it has been added somewhere later down the line, and on earlier version that didn't exist yet. So yeah, that is also a thingamajiggy in terms of making sure it's being supported as much. It is also something that I also did myself for various things, everything actually. I'm checking one thing over in here. The thing for total in here. It didn't exist in Stepmania until a certain version. So everything before that, I need to simulate that. And that's pretty much a point where I'm going to force the step cache to be active. Because how else would I be getting that? Otherwise I would then need to check which version am I on, and can I display the total even? But even that, I would still need to output something at certain points. So what the hell is going on there? It's not really... I would be saying some quickies are being done here. In a way, can probably be done better with custom code, depending. Writing a number on the... But that's something else entirely. In terms of it is going to be something. Actually, I'm not even sure where I have already done something like that already. I have already backported something similar to this, or actually, no. I'm not really sure what it was. If I remember correctly, it is something Eterna doesn't have, and I needed to check myself. Oh yeah, that is that. Whoops. You know, within the records folder, in terms of like singles and doubles and whatnot. Yeah, I have to backport those functions myself. Because it doesn't exist in Eterna, it's still a to-do. for whatever reason. And I pretty much read the entire XML file for the for actually all profiles because it's pretty much machine data. And I pretty much check pretty much the best rate and yeah, sum them all up. It worked on my end at least. But in terms of everything else, I'm hoping it works on everyone else. It's pretty much assuming. Also, Steam Deck, can you please connect for fuck's sake? Jeez, it's not doing anything. You have a connection. I blame Twitch. Also, what's going on in here? Why is it 7 count? There's stuff going on somewhere. That's for sure. So pretty much, I very much need to check what ITG Mania has. And the other question that's left, I think, is which I'm mostly playing in here. Or needing to paying attention in here, so I can't question it yet. Ask the question yet, geez. Okay. So yeah, the question thingy-majiggy.